What does the National Assembly mean to Nigerians? What does the legislature mean to Nigerians? Can we debate properly what the functions of the members of the National Assembly and indeed the legislature across Nigeria should be, rather than be talking about jumbo pay? Where's the jumbo pay? We should be looking for value for money. Without this National Assembly or the legislature across the country, what we have is not democracy anymore. So the value of the National Assembly or the legislature to Nigerians is democracy. Because take out the legislature, you will have, it may not be dictatorship, but certainly not democracy. So when we always debate on jumbo pay, instead of what should be the functions and hold us responsible for what we are able to do and for what we are not able to do. Ask for what you think we should be doing, rather than saying close the Senate or close the National Assembly. Do we understand the implications of this? You close the Senate, for example, not because I'm in the Senate, but Senate is a leveler. Senate is a leveler because in the House of Representatives, population is the major consideration. And that's why some states would have 5, 6 members of the House, and others would have more than 20. So if you say close the Senate, you can be sure that there will be a day when people will cry foul of the tyranny of the majority. Say, no, we are not represented properly in this parliament because some people or some states have more in number. Yeah, they have to have more because they have the population, more population. But when you come to the Senate, what Kano State produces in the Senate is what Bielsa produces. 3 senators in Kano, and you have 3 senators from Bielsa. That gives everyone the advantage and the opportunity to be represented fully and properly and equally in the Senate. So that stabilizes the system. And just like the Executive Director Clement Wanko said, if you pass 1,000 bills in the House and the Senate does not concur, well, definitely that will be the end of such bills. So that tells you that that representation in the Senate that provides equality of states is to work to ensure that every part of this country is not neglected, is fully represented and protected. So we need to understand what the National Assembly or what the legislature is to Nigerians. Maybe I should also mention, in a budget of over 13 trillion, National Assembly would have its budget of 125 to 128 billion. What percentage is that? It's less than 1%. So where is the remaining 99%? And yet, instead of trying to see how the 125, 128 billion would be utilized by the National Assembly system, what will be the output from the National Assembly? How useful are the outputs to the Nigerian public? We will always argue, cut the funding to the National Assembly is too much, it's bogus. I'm not here to defend the National Assembly, but I'm here to encourage debate on what National Assembly means to us as a country, or what our legislature means to us as a country and as a people. If you don't like the set of members of the National Assembly in the 9th National Assembly, change all of us in 2023. Get better people, but help support the system to function, because that is your protection. Well, That is the part of the unprepared. And in rounding up the unprepared, let me take this opportunity, because it's not in my prepared speech, to say that we are working to pass the 2021 budget by the second week of December by the grace of God. And we are working very assiduously. We ensure that there is every possible scrutiny of the budget estimates presented to us by the executive arm of government. So far, we achieved that in 2020 budget. We believe that we did the right thing. We promised Nigerians we'll do that. And it's going to be part of our legacy in the 9th National Assembly. The PIB, which is one of the most essential legislations that we have to have in this country, we intend to pass it by the grace of God before the end of the second quarter of next year. We'll consider, and then again, we will take our time, because this is a very delicate and sensitive piece of legislation. We'll take our time to ensure that what comes out of the National Assembly in the PIB is a product of legislation that will ensure that Nigeria earns its revenues from this industry, the oil and gas, as it should. And of course also support our business people, the oil companies that are investing, and in fact retain and bring in, encourage new ones to come to Nigeria to invest. So it has to be a win-win for all of us. We will not be selfish as a country trying to take everything. No, oil is like water now. Almost every country now has oil. So if you don't provide a competitive environment in Nigeria, the oil companies would have no difficulty relocating to other countries. So we'll ensure that we have a competitive environment for business and for investments. The constitutional amendment, of course, at the moment is not very warm because of the activities of the members of the National Assembly on the budget 2021. But the two committees in the Senate and the House are already working behind the scenes to ensure that as soon as we pass the budget, the constitutional amendment activities will start in earnest. We believe that we should pass our amendments within 2021. Similarly, the amendments to the Electoral Act is going to be within that year 2021 in good time to ensure that we don't encounter unnecessary distractions. Having said that, let me go to my formal